All right, we'll start with the opening statement from Coach and then open up for questions.
Yeah, well, I mean, a little bit better from the effort, all the E's, the effort and enthusiasm and emotion and those types of things. I thought we played with a little bit more of that from the beginning. Still made mistakes. That third quarter defensively wasn't great. So we'll be picky and still have some standards and goals that maybe we didn't quite meet. But, yeah, I think we got to see the ball go through the hole a little bit. I think Jordan Harrison probably needed a night like that for her. We made some threes. 8 was the goal tonight. We wanted to hit 8 threes. We did get there. The shooting percentages look pretty good. At times I thought we were really disruptive in the press, which we hadn't been as much lately. And so we were trying to work through a few things there and still have some work to do. But I still think we're not quite a third of the season. We're still trying to figure this out. We have new pieces. Even the ones that are returning are trying to figure out how to play with some of the new pieces. But we moved the ball really well. That's been one of my complaints with this group a little bit, is we get very reliant on the dribble, and I would like us to see us pass it a little bit more, and to get to 22 assists was good on 33 baskets. Turnovers were down a little bit in the third quarter, and it really would have been down. We had a few too many in that fourth quarter. Turned it over a little bit too much. But, our kids played hard. It was the first time the Mercyhurst coach, Aaron Mills-Reed, was one of my former assistant coaches. It's the first time in my career I've coached against one of my assistants, so that was a little bit of a different feel. And I know it's her first year, and they're not off to the best start yet, but they're going to do some really good things and hopefully get that first win here pretty soon, and they get in their league and can go do something. So we'll cheer for them certainly from here on out. But a game we probably need a get-right game maybe a little bit, see if we can't get a few things fixed, and then we can turn our attention now to Texas Southern for Monday.
So, Coach, you mentioned Jordan Harrison. Did you say anything to her after the last couple of games she's had? Because, like you said, she was kind of back to her old self.
Yeah, no, I mean, we had met a week ago, talked it through. Obviously, that didn't help a whole lot. So, we challenged her a little bit in film and didn't, after the other night, I didn't think she played at all to her potential, and she is the leader of the group and the one that we look to. And, and it's not always about scoring, and it doesn't have to be that. There's so much more to her. I think she's an elite defender. She takes charges. Her assists should be up probably a little bit more than where they are. She actually can rebound for as small as she is. So I just didn't think she was playing to the level that I know that she's capable of. And I think she probably had put some added pressure on herself and maybe just starting to relax a little bit and realize she's got some really good pieces around her. And so she can maybe just calm down a little bit. And so good for her to see it go through.
Mark Mimi, 14-8, 5 steals, a couple blocks. Involved as she's been in a game all year?
I think she's had a couple more that were maybe somewhat similar. The activity defensively is what we've challenged her with. I thought she was much more active today, even in the press. I think she maybe had 5 steals once before, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know if she's ever done that in her career, to have a couple games in the same season with 5 steals. So just continuing to try to push all of them. That's all that I want. We challenged them pretty good in film at a different level than we had really all year, and so I was happy to see how they responded. It's been I wouldn't say like a long 8 or 9 days, but that's a different feeling for us, and we haven't had that, and I've been a little frustrated, and I don't want to coach frustrated. I don't want to be frustrated with them. I just want to see them, make some of the changes that maybe we weren't making, and I saw glimpses of it today for sure.
Coach, you're back in the win column. How important is that going forward?
Yeah, it's progress is what we're really looking for. I mean, the outcome is the outcome. It's, how do you prepare? Do you do the right things? Do you play hard, play to the standard? And then typically wins happen because you do the right things. If you don't do the right things like we experienced the other night, then you're not going to find a way to win. Even at Ohio State, we were good for a long time in that game. We just didn't finish the game, but then we were not good at all in any capacity against Villanova. So hopefully lesson learned. That's always what you learn more, is about resiliency and how you bounce back. And we haven't gone through that. So this was our first time to go through it, and I thought we were pretty good. Our energy was great in shoot-around today. So, yeah, I thought we got that piece back.
Coach, highest point scoring total on the season with 97. Do you credit that more to the offense or shot making, or the turnovers forcing?
Both, as it should be. I mean, we do rely on some of our offense, stems from our defense and getting out in the open floor. I don't think we had done that as well lately, so we got a little bit back to that identity. We will still need to do that against some of the, like Power 4 level teams, and that's what we haven't probably been able to do yet, but we needed to get back to that a little bit. I thought offensively in the first half we moved it really well. They were playing a lot of zone, and I thought even CC at the high post was sharing it. We were looking to make extra passes tonight, which we didn't do against Villanova at all.
Coach, Carter McRae, 15.7 rebounds. What did you enjoy from her performance today?
Well, I mean, obviously all of it in the efficiency is the best part. I think she only missed a shot. crashed, got rebounds, which is what she can do. We thought coming in that she would probably be our best rebounder this season. She battled a bunch of injuries early, like September, October, missed a bunch of the first practices. So she's been a little bit behind the 8 ball, but she's working. She's in watching film weekly, probably multiple times, in the gym a little bit extra on her own. So I think she's just now probably starting to feel a little bit more comfortable.
Mark, you were much better in the paint, and especially with layup shots today than you were on Monday. How much of an emphasis has that been since Monday night?
Yeah, quite a bit, and I still thought we missed too many, for my flavor, and especially against a team that just didn't present as much of a, resistance, if you will, at the rim. So we still missed too many. It's something that our 2-point field goal percentage hasn't been as high as I would like. That's something the analytics are telling us early in the year. It's not bad, but it should be probably higher, especially as much as we get there, whether it's with the post player or off the dribble. But it was a point of emphasis going in. We had a decided advantage in the paint, and so we wanted to make sure we took advantage of it.
Is it harder to judge in a game like this where it's kind of, like you said, there's not as much resistance at the paint and kind of the entire night?
It's harder to judge, but we can just go back to, other games that it's cost us, is that if we can't finish them here, then we're probably not going to make them against Villanova or Ohio State. So that's why it becomes so important that they understand why we're on them, and that's why there's the standard is when we get it and we run offense and you'd miss it, like against those types of teams, you don't get it back. Tonight, we maybe get it back, and so it feels like it's still okay when it actually may not be, and you may have to convert the first time because there might not be a second chance when you get into playing like Big 12 play.
Mark, what is it like coaching at someone who you used to share the bench with?
Yeah, a little weird, honestly. It's the first time I've done it. I don't know that you enjoy it. I don't know that that's like enjoyable. I mean, I'm happy for her, and obviously getting her opportunity to be a head coach, all of that is fantastic. I mean, you love that piece of it, but they're calling out our play calls and they're running a bunch of the same stuff that we run, and all that's kind of weird. We were trying to come up with a few different names just to call it something different, just in case they were onto certain things. But but happy for Coach. Great person, great family. Like they're right up the road now too, because we were together in Texas. So the irony that we end up in this part of the world is crazy too. But yeah, a fan of hers. Hope they do some really good stuff as they move forward. But yeah, I don't need to do that very often.
Thanks, Coach.